guys, welcome and welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Sierra, and this video is going to be about Dead First by Johnny Compton. Ooh, my foot itches. Lord mercy. And this book follows Shyla, who is hired by billionaire Saxton Braith and invited to his house, right? Right. She's like, okay, well, I got a job to do. And upon going to the house, she sees Saxton get stabbed and like slumps over. She's like, what the fuck? What is happening here? The thing is though, Saxton's not dead. He gets up. He's like, I need you to write the story on why I can't die. She's like, pardon? So her and her partner, I forgot her dang on name, because Shyla and this other girl, they work together. The other girl, she is kind of like a sensitive medium person, and Shyla does more of like the detective, you know, but they're a duo. They work together. And so they go on this journey to figure out who is Saxton, why can't he die, what the hell is going on. At the same time, there are people trying to stop her from figuring out what the hell is going on. That's the entire book. I listened to it through audio. I liked it. There were parts where I'm like, hold on, backtrack. I had to rewind quite a bit. And not to say like the book was bad, but I was just very confused on how we got to where we got. So I was just like, huh. Also, there was just certain parts of it too that I was just like very confused on, and how Saxton came to be and who these people were. I was like, oh, wait a minute. So there's like obviously some twists and some turns throughout the story. I do not want to give it all away, because if you're interested in, please go check it out. It is a very creepy book. I liked it. There are some parts that I kind of predicted, but there are other parts where I was just like, hold on, wait a damn minute. The writing style, it was okay. It was okay. It wasn't like it wasn't like flowery or anything like that, but I think it's just because of the subject matter and how to go about this whole situation with Saxton and how we get to where we get. It took me a minute. Thank goodness the language was simple. Like, thank goodness the writing style was very easy to digest. I just had a hard time of figuring out what the hell was going on. So I think it was just more of a me thing than anything. Maybe if I physically read the book, I would have been able to follow it a little bit better. I don't know. Maybe it was just because I was listening to it. Because, you know, that also depends too with how you consume books and stuff like that. But I liked it. There was just some parts of it, like I said, I had to like go back and figure out like what the hell they were talking about, and I think that's what held me back a little bit from, you know, thinking of it like it's an amazing story, because I was just like very confused, especially later on in the story when we find out why Saxton can't die and how we even got to where we get with Saxton in the first place. That's when I was like, oh, okay, now I get it. So it just took some time to lead up to it, but overall it was a very creepy story. It held my attention enough, but I recommend it. I think I found it on Instagram. Someone posted about it, because it was somewhere. I don't remember from where, but someone posted about it. So I was like, let me check this out, and so I did. Will I read any more of Johnny Compton's books? Possibly. It just all depends on how things progress in the story. Like, I might, like, you know, I'm curious to see like what his other work is like. So I'm nosy enough to check out more. Okay, that's all. That's enough for me. If I'm nosy enough to be like, interesting, this book wasn't all there for me, but there's some parts where I'm like, I'll try. I'll dip my toe a little bit. Let's see what you got. So I'm curious to read anything else by him. So let's go ahead and pull up, because this video is going to be really, really short if I do not. Let's pull up some of his other books. He wrote The Spite House. Oh, I did DNF that book. Not that it was bad either, but I just couldn't get into it. Like, I just couldn't. And not to say that it was bad. I think also, maybe it might just because, like, I also at the time too, I was not in a good mental space. I believe I talked about this in another video, but I was not in a good mental space after what I went through towards the end of May. I was just like not mentally here whatsoever. I'm just getting back into it, okay? Like I'm like I'm mentally just getting back into being mentally aware and, you know, somewhat together, and, you know, like moving forward after everything. So I don't think I had it wasn't a good time for me to read it, and that's why I DNF'd it, because I think that was around the time. Yeah, because there was a lot of books that I had on Libby that I was supposed to read that I just DNF'd a whole bunch of books, because I was just like, I just don't have the headspace for this right now. And so I could see myself possibly going back, or I might just go ahead and get the physical copy so I can physically read it. I think it also depends like on the book. I feel like I can listen to, now that I'm like understanding myself more and like my reading style and what I like to consume and how I consume it. Romance is a lot easier for me to consume through audio, because it's very much just like, it's romance, it's fast paced, like it's not that deep. But books like this, like Dead First and like The Spite House, especially for like any horror books or any books that really make you think or you have to sit and process, I need the physical copy, because I can just sit and I can go back to a page and be like, okay, hold on, wait a minute, okay. But other than that, because I feel like with the audiobook, I just be on autopilot. Like I do cleaning, I do everything else listening to an audiobook. So I'm like, I'm there, but I'm not there. So I'm like passively listening. And if it's a romance, it's very straightforward, because it's a fucking romance. It's not that complicated if it's a romance. It's a romance. They're going to end up together eventually. Or at least it's going to be at least a very much like a we're cool for now type of thing. Or like we'll get back together. Like, you know, like with Honey and Spice, like that type of thing. Like even if they do break up, like they're going to get back together because there's obviously a second book. And that type of layout isn't complicated to follow whatsoever. It's really not. So it makes it a lot easier to consume while I'm like cleaning, writing, playing Sims, doing other stuff, doing a puzzle. I can easily just like get that in. But when it comes to like other books, like Dead First, The Spite House, a lot of my other books, I need to sit and read it. So maybe I just need to like sit and read The Spite House and actually get it. And I'll probably end up really, really liking it. There's one called Chimera Skin. Interesting. I'm curious. Like I said, I'm curious enough. As long as I'm curious enough, you're good for me. You don't have to be like a surefire, like, oh my God, I absolutely love the first book you read. If you got me enough where I finished your book and I'm like, you know what? I'll give another one a try. Like that's just me. So yeah. Also, he has some short stories and some other books. Ooh, interesting. Original horror by people of color. So he wrote a story in this one. What's it called? Sloan Makes Things. Oh no, that's the author. Death in the Mouth. Original horror from people of color. Volume 1. Ebook $10. I'm intrigued. Yes. I will be checking that out. Yep, we're gonna be checking out some more Johnny Compton. But that's all I have for this video. If you like this video, if you've read Dead First, or if you read any other Johnny Compton book, please put that in the comments below. I'd love to talk to you about it. If you have any recommendations on where to start with his backlog, or if you're just like, read this one first. I just want you to read this one and we can talk about it. Then we can make it work. But yeah, until next time, stay magical. Love you guys. Bye. Mwah.